Well, live from Moore Gymnasium on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. It's time for Monday night SWAC basketball action here on the CatEye Radio Network. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Torello. Happy to have your company and happy to have the company of Sabrina Petit-Home back at the broadcasting desk with me tonight. Sabrina, the Wildcats reeled off one of their best wins in recent memory on Saturday night, defeating the Jackson State Tigers 85-48 on national television.
National television is the word.
Oh yeah, they showed out for the ESPN audience. The most important thing tonight as they take on a struggling Alcorn Braves side is to not let that get to their heads and play each game as it comes.
Honestly, yes. Watching the game from being at home, I'm so happy to be back. But watching the Wildcats go against JSU at home just shows how they were playing in the beginning of the season. You know, they had steals. They were being able to attack the ball the way they're supposed to. Plays were being ran. And just like you said earlier, if we can continue and play our game, I think the SWAC could be ours.
Let's jump right into the keys to the game. I've got keys to the game for you today. For Alcorn State, you got to keep the legs fresh. They only have 9 active players on the roster tonight. They'll only run 8 in the normal rotation. So they got to keep churning through to the bench and keep players as fit as possible.
Yep.
No Braves player is in the top 25 in the SWAC in minutes per game. They top out at Jamel Morris's 27.9. And for the maroon and gold, you got to keep the tempo high. Take advantage of that short Alcorn State bench by playing aggressive defense, forcing turnovers, and keeping a high pace on offense, and get the Braves out of the building and move to 6-1 in the SWAC, which is what the Wildcats are chasing tonight. Only 2 games going on in the SWAC this evening. It's us and Alcorn State, and up in Tallahassee, it's a match between Jackson State and Florida A&M. We'll be keeping an eye on that one throughout the night. That one will be very, very interesting.
Yes,
because if FAMU wins, we're still tied with them on top of the SWAC at 6-1. And Jackson State, you know, is going to have to want a bounce-back game from Saturday.
And they're coming with some vengeance. Honestly, as well, too, if FAMU wins against JSU, it really just lets us know that that might be the opponent that we have to watch out for going into the playoffs, even though we are ways ahead. But they're really good this year.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this evening's matchup. We'll start with the visiting Alcorn State Braves. Their top player is a junior guard, 6'4", out of Bowie, Maryland, a transfer from Miami-Dade Community College. Shane Lancaster, their leader in three-point percentage, shoots it at 50%, free throw percentage at 78%, and points at 11.1 per game. Jimmy O'Morris, I already mentioned, is their top getter in minutes per game. He's a junior guard. 6'1" from Willingsboro, New Jersey, and a transfer from Fairleigh Dickinson. He leads the team in assists and steals at 51 and 34, respectively. He'll be the on-ball defender and the primary ball handler. Davian Williams is one of 3 returning players from last year to this Alcorn State team. He's from nearby Vicksburg, Mississippi. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Macon, Georgia, and a transfer from Stony Brook, Nick Woodard averages 7.8 points per game. And the final starter is another returner from last year for Alcorn State, a junior forward, 6'8" from Columbus, Georgia, Tyson McDaniels. He's their big threat on the inside, shooting the ball at 51%, grabbing 5 rebounds a game, and he has a team high 18 blocks. And for Bethune-Cookman, it's the man on a mission to get the Wildcats a title that he was oh so close to 2 years ago. Jacoby Hetty, a senior guard, 6'6", from Chicago, Illinois, transferred back here from Central Michigan. 83% on his free throws and a 17.1 points per game. That's good for top 5 in the SWAC. Seneca Willoughby gets the start tonight. He's up to 49 assists, one shy of 50 assists for the season for Seneca Willoughby. He's a 6'3" senior guard out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dr. Bradley, well, need I say more than what he did on Saturday in his first start of the season. 10 of 14, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, 5 steals, 22 points.
Something that I really saw while I was watching the game at home, you know, the first game where he was able to come back, you saw that he was really trying his best to ease his way in, but I think Doctor's confidence was able to come back throughout the entire the JSU game. That's different.
Man in the middle will be Daniel Ruzon, the 6'8" senior forward from Las Vegas, Nevada. He leads the team in rebounds with 4.2 per contest. And the three-point sniper, Tyler Andrews, looking to bounce back from a rough game on Saturday. Shoots the three ball at 46%. He's a senior guard from Los Angeles, California, standing at 6'6". We'll break for the national anthem and be right back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University basketball on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have those who are able to leave us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
As the starting lineups get introduced down on the floor by our master of ceremonies, Larry Steele, I want to go through some of the numbers from Saturday's win over Jackson State, 85-48, because they almost defy belief. 5 Wildcats scored in double figures, Bradley with 22, Hetty with 17, Daniel Ruzon with 12, Jordan Johnson with 11, and Quentin Hetty off the bench with 10, not to be deterred with Dr. Bradley taking his starting spot. But what I wanted to mention is Jacoby Hetty, 11 of his 17 at the free throw line.
Wow. Honestly, he's been so efficient. He's been so efficient throughout this entire season. It's really exciting to see how much he's grown, especially from leaving and then coming right back and being able to finish strong. This is what we're looking for.
The other thing you want to mention, right, 9 steals, 5 of them by Dr. Bradley, and 26 points on the fast break to 0 for Jackson State on Saturday. Now, if you're Coach Theus, Sabrina, how do you approach this game, a game against an inferior, quote-unquote, opponent, an opponent that's further down the standings than Jackson State was? After that big win on Saturday, everybody fired up. Even Coach Theus was fired up at the end of the game, which you rarely see any emotion out of him.
Yeah.
What do you tell the team in the locker room and at shoot-around before today's game?
Play your game. Don't let it get to your head, because it's things like this. Yes, this was an amazing win. One of the wins that we've been waiting for a long time. Couldn't do it in football, but we did it in basketball. But you want to make sure that you're still doing the fundamental things in basketball, because any little mistake can really just change the trajectory of how the team is going to. So if we continue to play the same game that we did against Jackson State, against the other teams, we'll be good.
And put me in the shoes of Quentin Hetty or of an Arterio Morris, who kind of came in expecting to run the show this year and now have to contribute off the bench and are doing very well.
Yeah, and I think honestly it's a little bit of an eye-opener, but it's also an eye-opener for us to make sure that we see that we could also entrust the people on our bench to be able to carry our team to where we're supposed to, and that our team is fully stacked, you know?
Wildcats had 29 points off the bench on Saturday. And Arterio Morris only had 8 points on Saturday, but he had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's finding a way to be effective without scoring the ball at, the 18 to 20 points a game. He's kind of handed that role off to Jacoby Hetty, and he's found this role as a kind of off-the-bench second scorer or second facilitator when he comes in for Seneca Willoughby.
But this team is also an unselfish team as well, too. They're willing to have, everybody's willing to have their own game. They're going to pass it in, but okay, this game, we're going to be playing again, we're going to be able to pass the points around. This is a very unselfish team that loves to share the ball, that is able to be to pick up where the other teammate lacks us. So, you know, that's really great.
Wildcats had 17 assists on Saturday night, now sit top 3 in the conference in that number.
Yeah.
And you saw some of the excellent passing, both in transition and in the half court on Saturday. The Wildcats will look to repeat in front of a kind of sparse crowd here at Moore Gym tonight. Everybody,
It's cold.
it's cold, and maybe got their basketball fill in on Saturday night when it was a sellout here.
Yeah.
It is game time at Moore Gym. The Wildcats win the tap, going left to right, wearing the all-white trim in gold. Jacoby Hetty at the right elbow, recovers down low to Ruzan. He battles with McDaniels and puts it off the glass and in. He did that a couple times on Saturday, just muscling guys out of the way.
He had to. It was his birthday this past week.
It was indeed. Happy birthday, Daniel Ruzan. Jameel Morris controls the ball for Alcorn State. And across it goes to Shane Lancaster, their best player. He'll get inside, dish to the corner. Extra pass up to the top. Morris, a 3, good. This Alcorn State team is really great on their three-point shooting. 34.5%, that's second in the SWAC. Guess who's number 1? Bethune-Cookman at 34.8%. But neither of these schools sit in the top 5 in three-pointers attempted.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they're very accurate, but they don't take a lot of them.
So would FAMU be the one that's at that line?
I would guess them and Grambling State. Tyler Andrews gets position underneath and gets an easy layup.
So far in this game, Mike, honestly, something that I've seen, they're playing fundamental. Tyler Andrews at the post, taking a layup this early in the game.
We saw that a couple times on Saturday and throughout the season where they invert the post and bring the 5 to the top of the key, and it leads to wide open layups underneath.
And we took that from, I forgot what team it was. I believe it was either Grambling or Southern that was able to switch their players off from the post players being to the top of the key. And
push shot in the lane by Lancaster, no good. Here comes Dr. Bradley. Bradley drives, kicks to the corner. Willoughby will play back to Bradley. Rifle it down low to Andrews. Back out Bradley. He fakes the 3, drives in, kicks it to the corner. Hetty with 14 on the shot clock. Up fakes, puts it up, and airballs
right
it.
into his hands.
A chance for Shane Lancaster to run the floor. Dr. Bradley does enough to put him off, but then he can't keep the ball in bounds.
Right.
And it'll stay with Alcorn State on the baseline. Shane Lancaster, junior guard from Bowie, Maryland. Started his career at Niagara in Division I up in New York, but then spent last year at Miami-Dade Community College. Here's Jameel Morris off to Nick Woodard at the elbow against Daniel Ruzan. Ruzan pushes him back, fadeaway jumper, good. As he was falling to the ground by Nick Woodard, and it's 5-4 Alcorn State.
Although Alcorn is very short on the bench today, they look like they put their most efficient players on the floor to ensure that they're able to keep up with the Wildcats.
Bradley sizing up Williams.
Nice
X-pass.
It's a great
No
pass.
foul called down low, lots of contact. Ruzan finishes at the rim off the offensive rebound.
For him to have, he's not even the size of a post player in the league, but for him to be able to move like that with such finesse, I don't know, it's just a joy seeing it.
Daniel Ruzan's shoulders are so wide,
Yes.
and he uses that to his advantage to create separation down low. 6-5 Wildcats, a lot of early scoring going on. Alcorn State all the way in with Morris, guarded by Ruzan, around Ruzan, and it lays on the rim and falls for Jameel Morris.
These are great plays. These are great players.
Wildcats and Braves trading buckets early on. This is an Alcorn State team that doesn't play defense particularly well. Ruzan tried the up and under move, it didn't work. Second to last in the conference in points per game and third to last in points against per game. They score 65.8, give up 85.6.
I'm looking at the notes that we did, Mike. This is really a short bench for real.
Braves had no players, as there's a
Kickball.
kickball, no players listed in the preseason all-conference team. Of course, you have to have played in the SWAC the previous year to be named to one of those all-conference teams, and all but 3 of these Alcorn State players played elsewhere last season. Mid-range jumper in and out. Wildcats a chance to take the lead at 7-6.
We also got to make sure that we're not just giving those mid-range. They're very efficient down there.
Wildcats play the ball around the perimeter. Bradley at the top of the key, attacks, Gets through, left hand layup, good. Him and Arterio Morris are so good at that little shoulder fake and then blow by. Morris with his right hand, Bradley with his left.
Can I just say, coming back from this break and seeing the Wildcats playing very fundamentally, Mike, I don't know, it's a dream come true for me. You know how bad I really inched off of that to make sure that they're able to do so.
This matchup between Woodard and Ruzan is going to be an interesting one to watch all night long. Woodard goes to work again, just inside the free throw line, fading away, no good. Good defense by Ruzan to force the tough shot. Bradley in transition. Great defense by Jameel Morris, forces the turnover. Here comes Lancaster. Back to Tyson McDaniels, and he got it to go.
Yeah. Was a travel, though. I ain't going to say nothing. That was travel.
I don't think we've had a whistle yet in the first 4.5 minutes.
It's a great contact game.
Andrews at the nail, drives in, got the foul called. He got wrapped up by Jameel Morris. And that'll take us to our first media timeout. Conference play is finally here. You don't want to miss a second of the madness at Moore Gymnasium. Single game tickets are available now, starting at just $10. Get yours today at bcuathletics.com/tickets or call the ticket office at 386-481-2465. Student admission, of course, at Moore Gym is always free. Appreciate you joining us wherever you are, whether you're on the CatEye Network on YouTube, the CatEye Radio Network powered by MixLR, or on SWAC TV this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. It is 9-8, Alcorn State over Bethune-Cookman. Both teams pounding the ball into the paint early on.
Like, honestly, he had to have his own one. So sorry. Alcorn had to have one of their best players, all of their best players, their starters, out here to be able to keep up with such a team that's far ahead as the Wildcats as well. So, but they're doing a great job. It's only 1 point down, but we need to make sure that we're also not just giving Alcorn a chance to shoot those mid-rangers. Like you said earlier in the keys to the game, that we need to ensure that we just take control of being able to push forward. We need to be able to do that, because those past games that we had, being able to have them catch up, this looks like a team that is able to catch up last minute.
Wildcats have only attempted 1-3. That was the kind of awkward one in the corner for Jacoby Hetty at the end of the shot clock.
Yes.
I think the Wildcats are trying to do a little bit too much.
Yes.
Right now on offense, and then not playing the simple game. You saw them to be effective when they just cleared out and let Bradley attack, or one pass to a cutter.
Yeah, and honestly, when they start getting into their heads like that, because the team is such a short bench that it is, that's whenever things start to get out of place. Continue to play those fundamental games that y'all were already playing, and then whenever y'all make that chance for everything to be spread out, then you'll be able to attack the way that you want to.
Tyler Andrews will go to the free throw line after this media timeout. Andrews, the graduate student guard out of Los Angeles, California, he has been the three-point sniper for this team this year, taking over that role from Seneca Willoughby. Shooting almost 50% from beyond the arc since the first free throw. He shoots his free throws at 60%, although doesn't get to the line too much. And Andrews was over 50% on his threes before Saturday. Went 1 for 5 from beyond the arc. He was really the only Wildcat that struggled from the floor in that game. He hits 2 of 2, and the Wildcats are up 10-9.
Hopefully he was able to redeem himself. Wildcats back in the defense, arms up all over.
Wildcats switched to a 2-3 zone. They played man for most of Saturday's game to really pressure the on-ball player at the top of the key. Here comes the screen.
Running a
Morris
baseline.
goes right, tries to throw the pick and roll pass, and the ball bats off of McDaniels and out of bounds.
Have to be careful of Alcorn running that baseline, because since they have all their players on the three-point line, they're pushing the Wildcats defense right to the middle of that free throw line.
Eddie picks up his dribble, has to find Andrews on the left wing, down low. Ruzan spins past one defender, goes up, got the layup. Daniel Ruzan is on fire tonight despite how cold it is in the gym.
He's warming it up for us, Mike.
Great defense by Tyler Andrews to deny Jameel Morris underneath, and then Doc Bradley got taken out by Morris to prevent the fast break.
Honestly, I forgot my thought. I'll find it.
Don't worry, it happens.
I literally had a great point there. Oh my. I slipped up. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Brian Harvey. former SID here at Bethune-Cookman, now works at Alcorn State. He's been a big help for me doing preparation for this week's broadcast. Ruzon! Oh, he missed it off the front of the rim. Great pass by Willoughby to find Ruzon wide open. Bradley stripped McDaniels from behind. There's the lob. Ruzon gets the ball back after some contact and finishes. Daniel Ruzon's got 8 points and a timeout for new Alcorn State head coach Jake Morton.
Now, Alcorn does not want to give the Wildcats a chance to spread this lead, because once the Wildcats are able to spread this lead, it's not going to be pretty, and it's going to take them a good amount of time for them to catch right back up to where they're at.
That was the most Wildcat basketball I've seen so far in this game. They're pressuring right at the midcourt stripe. They're forcing those steals.
Yes.
And then Daniel Ruzon cleaning up on the inside. He's like a Hoover vacuum.
Yes.
He sucks up everything down there and puts it in the basket.
Absolutely, and honestly, that's what I want to continue to see it from them. Maybe, I don't even want to see the Wildcats press today. Run it through the paint the same way every single time. And it's such a breath of fresh air, because not only is it keeping the team healthy, but it's spreading everything around for the Wildcats to be able to ensure to run some plays. That's what we need to see.
Conference play is finally here. You don't want to miss a second of the madness at Moore Gym. Single game tickets are available now, starting at just $10. Get your tickets today at bcuathletics.com/tickets or call the ticket office at 386-481-2465. Student admission at Moore Gym is always free. Wildcats on a 6-0 run after the first media timeout.
Oh, I lied. They are pressing. Half-court press right at the line of the entrance.
That's a bit of a token press, though, because they'll let them get it in, then back off. First substitution already on the way for Alcorn State as Travis Roberts gets set to check in for the Braves.
There's that baseline I told you that they're going to run 12 right into that three-point line that he's looking for.
They switched Bradley onto Woodard, and Bradley forces the tough shot off the rim. They go down low to Ruzon. He's got a game-high 8 points in the first 7 minutes. He loves that pull-up jumper from the baseline, does Daniel Ruzon.
That is his baby, honestly. A nice press, token press from the Wildcats as well. Coming down the court.
Slip past Tyler Andrews. Good recovery by Jacoby Hetty. Oh, the behind the back, up and in for Shane Lancaster. That was pretty.
That was very pretty. Is there a replay on that?
Wow. Alcorn says we're not going away quietly. Shane Lancaster at 11.1 points per game. Tyler Andrews at the free throw line. Sees the lane open, and the left-hand layup is easy.
This is basketball, Mike. Going into the post. Layups. This is basketball. This is the basketball I know.
And it's all coming easy in the painted area. I spy a Coach Sabrina segment at halftime.
It's looking like that.
Davian Williams hits a deep three to keep Alcorn State down by just 4, 18-14. Alcorn State hits 2 of their 2 threes. They're perfect. Wildcats 0 of 1 from beyond the arc. Andrews fakes the 3. Willoughby drives. Hetty doesn't no good on the left-hand layup.
I think the best thing. Oh.
And a foul called on Jacoby Hetty as he tried to strip the ball from his opposite number, Shane Lancaster, and immediately Coach Theus is protesting vehemently.
To go back to the fundamental plays that I was talking about and why I'm so adamant about it, Mike, I think the best thing about it is that not only can they play fundamental, but you see a switch between the Wildcats. Best hands of the SWAC. Come on,
Andrew
Tyler.
almost steals the inbounds pass. Omari Hamilton, fresh off the bench, grabs the ball along with Travis Roberts, who's just checked in, and Brian Calamise. Those are the 3 that are in the game right now for Alcorn State. Calamise, Devin Williams will control for the Braves. He'll go left. Double step back. Here's the 3. Too strong. Rebound Ruzon.
Doing great.
Willoughby to Ruzon. Oh, he's feeling himself.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Daniel Ruzon, only his second 3-point hit of the season.
He's not playing. Honestly, that's the type of energy you want to come in after your birthday.
Wow. Alcorn State tried to run zoom action on the far side. Wildcats do well to deny it. Into the paint goes Hamilton. Bradley bottles him up and he'll reset with 13 on the shot clock. Ruzon hacked at the shot, got Calamise to miss the runner.
Ruzon is running that floor.
Daniel Ruzon wants the ball. He wants to try another 3. Willoughby says, get the paint.
I mean, that's what a point guard does. Be able to run the plays. We can't get too hyped now.
Willoughby down low, Ruzon. There he is. Kick out for Doc. Bradley off balance.
Nice pass.
Somehow finds it. 5 on the shot clock. Andrews pulls up short. That wasn't a very coordinated possession there for the Wildcats.
Too much time with the ball in their hands. That's really is discombobulated. Ooh!
Willoughby trying to rip the ball away from Hamilton. That leaves the lane open, and it's going to be a foul on Ruzan as he collided with Omari Hamilton. And Coach Theus adamant about Tyler Andrews defending.
Yeah, he's a great, Coach doesn't play about defense. You know, he tells us every single time we interview him, defense is what's going to get him the ball game, and it shows.
Daniel Ruzan is 6 of 8.
Insane.
He's got a 3.
Oh my goodness.
He's got 13 points in the first 10 minutes.
Wow. 13 in the first 10 minutes. It's not even halftime, Mike. Oh my goodness.
Do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. Featuring the expertise of Bethune-Cookman University sports information staff, Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune in to 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. Hail Wildcats Radio will be recorded on Wednesday. We'll talk about all this week of basketball action.
Yes.
Track doing well in Gainesville.
Yes.
Tennis is back. Baseball and softball started 2 weeks. That's crazy that baseball and softball started 2 weeks. This is our last home game of January, if you can believe it.
Going right into it's so fast. The season ends in March. We just started, Mike.
Crazy how that works, isn't it?
I know.
The next time the Wildcats will be at home.
It's the 7th, correct?
Yeah, well, the doubleheader on the 7th and then the women on the 5th.
Yeah,
against
so the 5th first.
Texas Southern and Prairie View. The Texas two-step comes to town. That's the next home set for the Wildcats.
Texas two-step, I like that.
But before that, they got to go on the road to the ever-tough Alabama State, Alabama A&M trip.
Ooh.
Of course, Alabama State, the defending men's basketball champions. Alabama A&M, new coach this year, brand new look roster, really competitive.
Yes.
I was saying to our opposite number, Charles, who's the Alcorn State radio broadcaster, he's on the other end of the floor from us tonight. I was saying to him before the game tonight, this may be the deepest men's basketball that the SWAC has had in the 5 years I've been covering the league.
And honestly, it's really good to see that so much talent is spread all over the SWAC. It's going to be great games consistently.
You've even got teams like Pine Bluff making some noise with Kewan Williams being
Valley
amazing every night. And because all 12 teams make the tournament this year,
it's going to be a great one.
all it takes is a good night from a guy like Michael James at Valley or Kewan Williams at Pine Bluff to maybe spring an upset in an early round, which is so important while you want to get the top 2 seeds and get that bye all the way through to the quarterfinals.
And honestly, I might have to put some PTO in to make sure I'm at these games because I cannot miss it.
Alcorn State's Omari Hamilton hits both free throws to make it 21-16. Hamilton, the 3rd of the 3 returners for Alcorn State this year. From Atlanta, Georgia, Omari Hamilton. Arterio Morris enters the game for the first time off the bench.
Ariel as well.
Andrews left wide open to the top of the key. 8 on the shot clock. In the corner, Morris drives baseline to Bland, and he got fouled. He got hammered by Shane Lancaster.
That's
and
2 at the line.
He had the dunk in his eyes there, Ariel Bland. But a great dump-off pass by Arterio Morris. And I want to go back to the conversation we had pregame, Sabrina, about how Morris's role has evolved from that elite scorer to more of a facilitator off the bench.
And honestly, it just shows how, oh my goodness, what's the word? How versatile he is whenever it comes to playing off the bench or even being the one to run the court as well.
Bland misses the first free throw. He's 62.5% on his free throws this year, Ariel Bland, although he only has 6 free throw attempts, which is wild for a big coming into the game. He misses both. And Roberts grabs the miss and a chance to cut it to 1 possession here for Alcorn State, 21-16.
High defense played by Arterio.
Wildcats switch back to man here. Behind the back, kick to the wing. Nice dribble move by Hamilton to get inside. Bradley bottles him up and blocks the shot. How many times have we said that in the last 2 weeks?
Probably going to say it a little bit more.
Preseason Defensive Player of the Year for a reason, Dr. Bradley.
That was, I like that pass, I'm not gonna lie. That could have been an easy steal from Alcorn.
Bradley goes right, drives into a double team, kicks to the corner, 3 on the way. For Jacoby Hetty, kaboom.
He was ready for that one.
That time, good catch and shoot on the corner for Hetty, and he drills the Wildcats' first 3 of the contest. Make it 24-16. Dribble handoff, screen, and 3 is short for Shane Lancaster. Ariel Bland taken off. Finds Morris in transition. Morris, the spin and the lane.
Mike, that was crazy.
Not to say he can't do that when given the opportunity, Ontario Morris.
He's gonna do it every time, though.
Dribble handoff on the left wing side comes to Lancaster. Lancaster matched up with Bland on the outside. Bradley guarding Lancaster in the corner. Lancaster pulls up and clanks it off the heel. Good rebound by Andrews. That was a fastball coming right at it. Andrews dribbles up the floor, wants to do it all himself, and got wrapped around at the top of the key. We go back to the keys to the game, right?
Yeah.
Wanted the Wildcats to play fast to try and tire this Alcorn State defense out.
Absolutely, and the best thing about having such a deep bench as well, too, is that you're able to switch your players in and out like as much as they can to keep their players fresh.
Yeah, because you bring out Doc and Tyler Andrews, but oh, here comes one of the best three-point shooters in the conference in Jordan Johnson, and an all-around great player in Quentin Hetty.
Ooh, that's a foul. Y'all didn't hear that. That was a foul. I heard it from all the way up here.
Either way, the Wildcats keep possession. Terrio with the crossover. Gets in, double team, dumps it off to Bland.
Ooh.
Bland tried to make the extra pass to Quentin Hetty.
And I talked about that earlier when it comes to Ariel. I don't want to say he doesn't have enough confidence, but I wish he would just take it for himself because he's going to draw the
Fast
foul.
hands underneath by Bland. The run out to Hetty. And he jams it reverse style. Ariel Bland making up for the mistake with a steal on the defensive end.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a fight to see. You want to see more gymnasium get hype. That's how you start getting more gymnasium to be a little hype.
Wildcats up 28-16. Left-hand floater in the lane is good by Bryson Calamise, the guard from Little Rock, Arkansas. 10-point lead for the Cats, 28-18. That bucket broke a 7-0 scoring run for Bethune-Cookman. Quentin to Jacoby as the Hetty brothers play next to each other at the top of the key. 7:45 to go first half. The lane is open for Jacoby. He got bumped and he'll go to the line.
I want to go back to Ariel, like I said earlier before. This is not the first game where, Terrio goes down, passes the ball to Ariel, but Ariel goes, that was an extra pass in itself. Pass to another person. I just really would like to see Ariel go in for himself at sometimes, because sometimes that extra pass isn't needed. That could easily be a turnover for the other team.
Conference play is here, and now is your time to secure your tickets to see Bethune-Cookman basketball in action all semester. Season tickets start at just $80. Don't miss your chance to be part of the More Gym Madness. Visit the BCU box office or go online to bcuathletics.com/tickets. Maybe somebody got on the horn and told the students there was a basketball game tonight, because now More Gym is about 80% full, where at the start of the game it was more about 40%.
Absolutely. You also got to remember, it's cold. They're going to take their time to
I don't think anybody watching tonight wants to hear you say that, Sabrina.
I know, because it's snowing up there.
As the cold snap and cold weather and snow rages across the country, pretty much everywhere but here. Of course, most of the SWAC games that were scheduled for tonight have been postponed to Tuesday or Wednesday because of all the snow and travel difficulties. The only other game going on is Jackson State against Florida A&M. Speaking of, Florida A&M 24, Jackson State 20, 7:57 to go.
We did say that was going to be an interesting game, Mike.
Jackson State trying to rebound from getting beat by 37 in this building on Saturday night. Florida A&M trying to stay even with the Wildcats and tie atop the standings. Bethune-Cookman will have sole possession of first place if we win tonight due to the tiebreaker over Florida A&M from earlier in the year. But even after we beat Florida A&M, and yes, it was a decently close game, I didn't think they would rattle off 6 wins in a row.
Yeah, me neither. But honestly, like we said, it's a brand new team, a brand new coach. They're coming in hot. And right now, in my opinion, that might be our biggest competitor, especially since we already went against Southern. We saw how they played, but FAMU, that might be the team we have to look out for.
Jacoby Hetty's going to go to the free throw line after getting bumped on a layup attempt before the media timeout. Makes the first one. Was 11 for 11 from the charity stripe last game. 11 of his 17 points.
Just efficient all around.
He actually was having a poor night from the floor. Was 1 of 5 from in the first half from the floor, and then got a couple of easy ones late. Oh, I think I jinxed him there as he misses the second one. But he is a really good free throw shooter, shooting at 83.5%. Wildcats up 29-18. 11 is their largest lead of the night. Nick Woodard back in the game. Hands to Lancaster, the only Brave that has played all the minutes so far in this first half. He lines up a three, will fake it and go left baseline.
Nice switch by the Wildcats to be sure that they keep that defense together.
But that's a mismatch on the defensive end. The kick out for a wide open look for Roberts, short, right at the end of the shot clock.
Like I said earlier, we don't want to keep them open just because. They have shown that they've been pretty efficient on the three-point line.
I would have thought Woodard would drive to the basket against the smaller Quentin Hetty there, but he chose to kick it out.
But we do have a lot of bigs as well that loves to jump with them.
10 on the shot clock. Jacoby Hetty with a heat check. Oh, he slipped it! My goodness! That was from the parking lot.
He was just testing it, and it ended up going in. That's good.
I think he realized that nothing was happening on that offensive possession. The Wildcats weren't really moving off the ball. They're saying, all right, I'll do it myself.
Fine.
Great drive, but the finish isn't there. The putback is from Lancaster. That original drive was from Jameel Morris.
Good putback by the Wildcats, by Alcorn.
Wildcats still up by 12 after missing their first 2 threes. They're now 3 of their last 3 from beyond the arc, Bethune-Cookman.
Nice pass to bring around the Rosie by the Wildcats. Looking to see who's open. Aerial baseline looking.
Quentin lost the ball. The lane was open for him, but he missed out. Here comes Woodard, pass to Jameel, blocked by Morris. But then a foul on the rebound attempt by Quentin Hetty as he was shoulder to shoulder with Lancaster.
A little bump check. We got to be careful from running down there. It's already out. At least get back on defense so we'll be able to manage ourselves.
That was very similar to the block that Arterio Morris had on Saturday night where he lost the ball at the midcourt stripe, raced back to jam it off the glass.
Oh my goodness, I wish I was here to see it.
Here's McDaniels, didn't get anything on that attempt. And here come the Cats, up 32-20. Wildcats have slowed it way down the last couple of possessions.
Sounds like Coach Theus wants them to run plays.
They'll swing it around the top. Morris drives in. Under the basket, the reverse layup from Ariel Bland. That's the second really nice assist in traffic by Arterio tonight.
Can I also say I've been telling them to run that triangle all season, Mike?
You have.
And I've finally been playing it.
Morris is going to get called for the hip check on his opposite number. Both number 1s tonight are Morris is their last name. We got Arterio Morris for the Wildcats and Jameel Morris for Alcorn State. They are not at all related. I just found that interesting.
That's actually really
and they both wear number 1. Jameel, a junior from Willingboro, New Jersey. That's down by Philadelphia.
Yep.
Driving it. Jordan Johnson denies the drive into the paint. McDaniels with the left elbow, the beautiful pass to Lancaster and the up and under finish.
Lancaster said Ariel did it, but I could do it too.
Now Alcorn will pick up full court. Nice passing by the Wildcats to get out of it.
Yeah, because that could have been really ugly.
Now Arterio will slow it down, ask for the Bland screen. He goes right. Dribbled it off his foot as he tried to cross over. Gets it back, kicks it out to Quentin Hetty. It wheels around. Morris for 3. Good.
My goodness, Mike.
That's not really Arterio Morris's shot. Just his 10th three-point hit of the season. Shooting under 20% from beyond the arc, but he cashed that one in. 37-22, another foul. So after almost no whistles for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Consistent.
Now every little interaction is being whistled, and I think Coach Theus is about to talk to the referee about that very thing.
Yeah.
Whistles definitely tightening up here at the end of the first half. Ruzon's going to come back in.
Because if you take a look, almost everybody on the floor has at least a 1 on the Wildcats.
The only one who doesn't is Daniel Ruzon, who's just checked back in for Ariel Bland, who picked up his second right there.
Oh, Morris with the handles.
Rolls it to the corner. Williams pulls up. Misses off the heel. Ontario looks to run, but the window closes up in front of him. Great back screen by Quinton.
You saw that? I was literally looking at that too.
The kick to the corner.
Yes,
J.O.
baseline,
on the baseline. Dumps it down low to Quinton Heddy.
Go up.
He does, but it's short. Got his own miss and got a shot rejected by Lancaster, or correction, by McDaniels. And that one went all the way out of the play into the locker room down there on the left-hand side.
I think it was there, though, anyways, because he really took his time. The coach is not going to like this one. Give some time to the Wildcats to be able to regroup and do what they need to do. But this is good basketball. This is great basketball. I don't have any complaints. The only thing that I would say for the Wildcats is to be able to, you know, just take it up a notch just a little bit more, but still play fundamentally. As for Alcorn, yeah, they're playing the best they can.
Yeah, well, I think that they're trying to drive through the lane, and the Wildcats are doing a great job of walling them off and forcing the kickouts for tough shots.
Absolutely, and it's not like Alcorn is not playing a good game, because they're playing great basketball. I think if they took their time just a little bit more, they'll be a little bit more efficient when it comes down to the post, because those mid-rangers, I know would be a scary sight if they really just took the time to do as well.
Wildcat basketball returns to Moore Gymnasium on Thursday, February 5th, as the women's basketball team faces off against the Texas Southern Tigers beginning at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, February 7th, it's a women's and men's doubleheader against the Prairie View A&M Panthers starting at 3 p.m. Student admission is always free, or you can get your tickets at bcuathletics.com/tickets. Or if you can't make it to Moore Gymnasium, every moment will be live for free on the CatEye Network on YouTube, SWAC TV, or bcuathletics.com/radio. Wildcats 37, Alcorn State 22. The Wildcats, after a bit of a slow start offensively, have used a nice little run to pull away from the Braves here at the end of the first half. I think Ontario Morris, when he's playing the point, which he has been with Seneca Willoughby out of the game, is trying to do a little bit too much. Daniel Ruzon controls the ball, the baseline.
Oh.
Fades away too strong. Quinton with a rebound. The putback is going to be a goaltend.
I'm glad, but you know, Quinton is our silent killer. And he's getting mad the more times he get blocked. So now he's going to start driving in, and that might be his target. Y'all know how he get.
Ever since the 10-minute mark, as spinning around, flicking it up with the left hand and getting it to go is David Williams. It is an 18-9 run ever since the 10-minute mark. So over the last 7 minutes for the Wildcats, they've closed this first half very well. Tough catch for Quinton Heddy. Well, correction, that's Jordan Johnson. Oh, he can't get the roll. And Ruzon couldn't get the rebound. Nice move in the open floor, but the interception by J.O.
That's the best hands in the SWAC, like I said.
Johnson! Oh, baby!
That's what I'm talking about.
That got the gym to its feet.
It got me on my feet. What a way to come back to this game, Mike.
Ooh, a wing three from Woodard, and Alcorn answers right back. It's been kind of a sleepy atmosphere here at Moore today, even though the gym cut the crowd on their feet.
What did I say, Mike?
That's to be a backcourt violation, as the Wildcats didn't.
That's okay. That's okay.
41-27, as Johnson, after a great 45 seconds on both ends of the floor, is going to come out.
I wasn't expecting that one. He's been quiet all season. So for him, well, you know, quiet in his own ways. I haven't seen him dunk much, but that was crazy.
You don't usually see Jordan Johnson get up there.
No, not at all. I didn't know he had air.
Ruzon forces McDaniels to the baseline. Kick it to the left wing corner for Woodard. Woodard against Quinton Heddy.
Nice.
Gets past Quinton. Off the glass. No good, but a putback jam by Shane Lancaster.
Uh-oh.
And Alcorn State has been the better team over the last 2 minutes, and Seneca Willoughby's getting set to check back in, and I agree with the move.
Yes. Well, let's talk about Arturo Morris being able to run the ball. He's been doing a great job.
Well, they know they're going to go down low to Ruzon, so Williams was ready for it and knocked the pass out of bounds. Morris is going to come out in terms of Seneca Willoughby, and I think that's the right play.
Yeah.
Because the game the way it is right now, in the last 141 of the first half, needs the game management of Seneca Willoughby and not the more aggressive style of Arterio Morris.
But Mike, also want to go ahead and let you know as well, like this is something that we've talked about. We don't want to just let Alcorn do what they want to do. When I say taking up the notch, don't be too lazy with it.
Oh, Ruzon with 3 on the shot clock. Nifty move to his offhand in the lane.
Well, he wasn't lazy with it. There he is.
Daniel Ruzon's got 15 first half points. Lancaster all the way. Got his shot rejected, but Williams got it, or Woodard got it right back. As Alcorn State crashing the offensive glass. They've now got 5 offensive rebounds and 8 second chance points in the first half.
Yeah.
1 minute to go in the first. Wildcats up 43-31. But Alcorn has had the better running in the last 2 minutes here in the first half.
I don't like the last 2 minutes that we went through. I think we really just let Alcorn ease by. Double team by Ruzon on the bottom.
5 to shoot. They're just going to give it to the hot hand. Jacoby, tough shot, no good at the end of the shot clock. 8 second difference shot clock to game clock. Woodard goes quick, misses the 3. That would have been a big one for Alcorn State. The Wildcats with 2 second difference now between the shot and the game clock. We'll probably try and slow it down and just take 1 shot to end the half here.
A nice spread by the Wildcats.
In fact, they'll call timeout to draw something up with 22 seconds.
But like I said before, these last 2 minutes played by the Wildcats, not my fave, Mike, not my fave. I don't like it because this is what usually happens. They get really comfortable at having the lead, and then that just gives Alcorn or any other opponent, because this happened before, a chance for them to creep on in. You know, I want to see their defense suffocate Alcorn. That's what I want to see. Don't let up, but also keep that discipline that they've been playing throughout this entire game, you know. Fundamentally, the Wildcats have been strong, but I don't want to give them any chance to be easy. I'm like, all right, we're on the lead. No, this has happened before. Keep your foot on your necks.
It's 9-4 Alcorn State here in the last 3 minutes of this first half. The Wildcats lead 43-31. They've led by as many as 17 at 41-24.
But the Alcorn has been able to keep up. Call Braves for a reason.
And they're doing it on the offensive glass. As I mentioned, the 5 offensive rebounds and the 8 second chance points.
Those second chance points, as I say, I talk about it every single game, that's what's going to ensure you to win. So they're going to go up for it every single time. But I think also, to play devil's advocate, is that the Wildcats don't want to get a foul. You know, if they go in, they're going to go up strong.
22 seconds left in the half, 20 on the shot clock. Willoughby in the corner. Ducks it to Ruzon. Long pass stolen.
What did I say? What did I say?
Oh, rejects it off the window by Quentin Hetty. 10 seconds left in the half. Jacoby under the basket. Hands to Ruzon for the 2-hand exclamation point.
Wait. He hams it in.
Wow. The Wildcat defense rocking right now.
But this is great, though.
So you see Quentin Hetty on one end with the dunks, on the other end with the blocks.
Beautiful.
He's got air on tonight.
Yes, he is.
Half-court heave at the end of the first half, and the Wildcats recover what might have been a pretty bad situation going into the half, and they lead 45-31 at the end of the half. It got pretty frenetic there at the last 30 seconds or so.
And that's the same energy I need them to see when they come right back into the second half. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how many points, because there's been situations, and I'm going to be very hard on this before, just like I am with the Wildcats. I need to make sure that they're able to keep their foot on their necks, because there's times where they usually just let it loose, and then that gives them time for the other team to get up there. We don't need that. We don't need to see none of that. It's no reason.
We'll take a 10-minute break for halftime here on the CatEye Radio Network. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half stats. I'll let you know right now, Daniel Ruzon's got a lot of points. We'll let you know the rest of the stats after when we come back. We'll also take a look around the SWAC and catch you up on Jackson State at Florida A&M, the only other game in the conference tonight. Once again, your score at the half, Bethune-Cookman 45, Alcorn State 31. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman men's basketball on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Welcome back to more Gymnasium, getting you set for the second half between Bethune-Cookman and Alcorn State. The Wildcats looking to maintain their first place in the SWAC and move to 6-1. They lead the Alcorn State Braves 45-31 at halftime. Here are your first half stats. First for Alcorn State. Scoring-wise, Woodard has 7, McDaniels has 6, Lancaster has 4. Morris and Williams both have 5, Calamese and Hamilton both have 2. Roberts is scoreless. Very balanced scoring for Alcorn State in the first half. And for Bethune-Cookman, it's been the Daniel Ruzan show. 17 points on 8 of 11 shooting, 3 rebounds for Ruzan. Tyler Andrews has 6, Jacoby Hetty has 9. 5 for Arterio Morris, 4 for Quentin Hetty, 2 each for Dr. Bradley and Ariel Bland. Team stats from the first half look like this. Bethune-Cookman out-rebounding Alcorn State 19-14, but Alcorn State has a 5-4 advantage on the offensive glass second chance points. Alcorn leads 8-4, so getting those second chance opportunities. Wildcats have 10 assists to Alcorn's 4. Wildcats have turned the ball over 5 times, leading to 4 points off turnovers for Alcorn State. Alcorn State's turned the ball over 4 times, but the Wildcats have 8 points off turnovers. Wildcats are perfect on points off turnovers tonight. 8 points off 4 turnovers. 4 blocks for the Wildcats, 1 for Alcorn State. Fast break points, the Wildcats lead 8-2. 4 steals to 3 in favor of the Braves. Points to the paint, the Wildcats 28, the Braves 18, and of course 17 of those from Daniel Ruzan, who's having a really great night so far. Shooting splits look like this for Alcorn State. They are 13 of 33 from the floor, 39.4%, 37.5% from 3, 3 of 8, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. The Wildcats are 63% from the floor in the first half, 19 of 40, 4 of 6 from deep. That's 66% and 50% on your free throws. Got to clean up the free throws, but everything else looks pretty good here for the second half, Sabrina.
Honestly, I can't complain. I have nothing, and this is a great game for me to come back, and that the Wildcats are being able to, show up in all aspects of defense, offense, even on the bench, just doing a great job. So I'm hopefully that they'll be able to take their time throughout the second half, be able to come back with the same energy that they left out with, because once they're able to do that, Mike, this game's in their hands.
Well, looking up and what's going on in Tallahassee between Florida A&M and Jackson State, it's Florida A&M 41, Jackson State 32 at the end of the first half. Deshaun Ruffin has 18 of his team's 32 points, but just like on Saturday night, the rest of his team's not coming with him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is a completely different team from the Jackson State that we do know. The old Jackson State team, we know that they were able to, produce in all areas, but this is just, David Ruffin can't just do it by himself.
Yeah, outside of Ruffin, nobody else on the Tigers has more than 5
wow.
in that first half. Balanced scoring for Florida A&M. Washington with 12, Chapman with 9, Shirley with 7, Sanders with 6. That's again Florida A&M 41, Jackson State 32. We will keep you up to date as we go along here in the second half between the Wildcats and the Alcorn State Braves. What do you want to see in the second half, Sabrina? I want to see Daniel Ruzan continue to get the ball, but Alcorn State made an adjustment late in the first half.
Yes.
They're doubling Ruzan on the entry passes and forcing him to the corner. So you can use that to set up everybody else.
I don't think it's just Ruzan that they're doubling down there. I think they're just doubling anybody who's in either the post or in that far corner itself, not just Ruzan itself, because even when Arterio was able to drop the ball down there, they double-teamed him quickly, and they saw that the Wildcats weren't able to recover from that. So what I want to see the Wildcats do when they were able to come back is to make sure that they have that same tenacity that they started with in the beginning and against JSU, but continue to keep their foot on their necks. Like, play fundamentally, play with discipline, but don't play crazy.
Alcorn State starts with the ball going left to right in the all-purple. Wildcats in the white, trimmed in gold. Defending to listeners' rights. Daniel Ruzan, 17 points already, equals his season high against Division I opposition. He had 17 in the overtime win against Arkansas Pine Bluff. A lot of hand fighting going on underneath the basket. It comes to the right-hand corner. Long on the 3. Williams gets the rebound and hands it off
That
for
was
the
beautiful.
big jam to Tyson McDaniels.
That was a beautiful pass, and that's something that I keep telling. The energy that you come back with in the first half is going to set the tone for the third quarter.
And even though they didn't fall away in the second half on Saturday, how many times have we seen this Bethune-Cookman team take a big lead into the break and then implode in the second half?
Too many times. I'm already mad, Mike.
Hetty down low, gets the foul called on Lancaster. I didn't go over foul trouble in my first half stats report.
I think everybody has one.
Everybody's got one on the Wildcats, 2 for Morris on Alcorn State, and now 1 on Lancaster for that one. Not in the act of shooting, so it'll just be a baseline in. Dr. Bradley attacks, floats it up, no good. Ruzon can't save it. Here comes Williams.
Nice.
The strip by Seneca on the back check.
Oh my goodness. Mike, what did I say?
And then he threw it off of Ruzon's foot and it goes out of bounds.
That's hands in the swag, but we got to be able to hold on to that ball.
Great job by Willoughby tracking back. We saw that a couple of times, not just last night, but throughout the season as well. But the Wildcats will play good defense, get themselves in a position to get on the fast break, and then make a silly pass or a silly mistake and give the opposition an opportunity. Down by just 12, Alcorn State.
That's a tower. You can't get past him.
Ruzon against McDaniels. Great job by Ruzon. Willoughby dribbles it up the floor. Had 2 points on Saturday on an easy layup on a missed switch by Jackson State. But his scoring has dropped way off this season. He's just been a monster facilitator. Ruzon.
That's his spot.
He gets to that little 15-foot jumper on the baseline, and he's cashing him in every time.
God, that man is going to the bank.
7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
Hello?
47-33. And now it's an equal season high of 19 for Ruzon, equaling the 19 he had against Coastal Georgia. That's a kick.
Yeah.
And it'll be a fresh 20 on the shot clock for Alcorn State as Travis Roberts checks in. Travis Roberts, a senior guard, 6'6" from Waldorf, Maryland, and the transfer from Marist. Lots of cold weather transfers from Alcorn State. We have Fairleigh Dickinson, Marist, Stony Brook.
Oh, don't say that name, Mike, please. That haunts me.
Bad memories against Stony Brook from earlier this season of the Sunshine Slam.
Do you know, that week that I was not here, there's somebody that lives in my complex that went to Stony Brook and transferred over here. I was like, it keep following me.
Alcorn State in the corner with Williams. Gets to the short corner, kicks it out. Attacking is Lancaster. Tier drops it over Ruzon. It didn't hit the rim. That was right at the end of the shot clock. Long pass, Bradley all alone, and very smartly realized he didn't have the angle for the dunk and just finger rolled it over the rim. That's the Wildcats we know and love. They want to run and run fast.
He's edging us.
Creating mismatches in the open floor. Down the other end, here's Roberts. Tough catch at the top of the key for Williams. He'll reset, goes around Bradley, switched on to by Andrews, gets past Andrews into the paint, floater on the baseline, good. Tyler Andrews is really the one, I want to say weak link in giant air quotes, because there's no bad defenders on this team. But on a team with Dr. Bradley, Arterio Morris, Seneca Willoughby, the Hetty brothers, he's the one guy that you really can attack off the dribble.
Yes.
Ruzon already got one today, isn't going to get a second one, and he can't chase down the rebound.
Lancaster got to take his time. Or Williams, I'm so sorry.
Quick ball movement by Alcorn. Here's Morris on the pick and roll. Nice. Excellent patience by McDaniels for the easy lay-in. Let 2 defenders fly by him.
Post patience, that's extremely important, especially if it's a mixed match.
Wildcats and Braves trading bucket for bucket. Bradley, the hoop. Oh, didn't get the hoop, but got the harm.
She did. That was gliding.
I thought that was going in off his hand. But that's a lesson in broadcasting right there. Don't anticipate, react. I'll give you that one for free.
Taking notes. Taking notes.
So Bradley will go to the line. It's been the weakest part of his game, 47%.
Yeah.
And he was 0 for from the charity stripe on Saturday. He got that one, though. but you can see he's shortening it. Like
Yes.
he doesn't get full arm extension
Yeah, I mean,
out of his crouch.
He's already so tall. I mean, he doesn't have to.
Got that one clean. 2-2. 50.
Can I just say how
1-37.
how exciting it is to see him at full confidence, you know. First game when I saw him, because I wasn't here those last 2 games these past week, but to see him play at full capacity at the dock that, you know, we wanted to see, it's great.
I mean, there was a lot of hype in that Grambling game when he came off the bench. Right?
Yeah.
But he only played, I think, 11 minutes in that game as he was trying to work back to full fitness.
Exactly.
But now that he is,
He's here. Great defense.
and he forces Morris to give it up to the corner. And Alcorn State will go to the free throw line for only their 2nd time today, as Shane Lancaster continues to be a nuisance driving to the basket. Lancaster's got 4. McDaniels has 10 on 5 of 11 from the floor. He's Alcorn State's leading scorer as we go to the first media timeout of the 2nd half. Tyler Andrews going to pick up the foul right there.
Coach was definitely talking to him to make sure that he cleans up whatever that needed to be mistaken, because he didn't need to get that foul, but because he made that mistake, it was on him.
Follow the Cats like never before and listen to every CatEye Network broadcast live for free. Just head to bcuathletics.com/radio on your computer or mobile device to hear the hometown radio call of every Wildcat home game and select road games for free. Don't miss a second of the action. That's bcuathletics.com/radio. And I'll tell you right now that when the Wildcat men and women's basketball teams go to Atlanta for the SWAC tournament, we will be live from Atlanta, live from courtside at the Gateway Center, giving you everything you need on the play-by-play on the CatEye Radio Network. We'll also be on 1380 WELE local radio as well. Looking forward to go back to the Gateway Center. It was a great time last year. Wildcats got to the semifinals. We're going to go one better this year.
Yes, I think we're going to go all the way, Mike.
I mean, if we play like we did last night, and
Yes.
I told some of the players this after the game, if we play like we did last night,
Yes.
there's nothing that can stop us.
Nothing. I mean, we even have a great bench as well. That's what I'm really happy for, because, you know, it's really rare. I can't even say that. Rare to see a team that's not only your starters are great, but to also have a bench that you can rely on just in case you need to keep fresh legs and ensure that you're running the plays that you want to. It's really great for that.
Wildcats 51, Alcorn State Braves 37. 6-6 in the second half before these free throws by Shane Lancaster, the junior from Bowie, Maryland. Played his high school basketball in D.C. for St. John's College High School, one of the best high school programs in the country. He was a McDonald's All-American nominee, Lancaster. But he misses that one. A correction at the line, this is Tyson McDaniels. The 8 and the 0 on the Alcorn State uniforms look very similar.
Got to be careful and look at those.
So McDaniels, the junior from Columbus, Georgia, started his college career at Itawamba Community College. He misses both free throws there. He is a 77% free throw shooter. Down low, Jacoby Hetty.
Nice
Kick out
pass.
Willoughby. He'll drive. Extra pass. Andrews in the corner. No.
I just love how the energy on the team just picks up as soon as Jacoby gets in. You know it's going to be a fast-paced game when he's in.
Almost a steal. Mid-range jumper off to the left. And Seneca Willoughby out jumps the Alcorn Braves for the rebound. Here's the lob! Bradley to Jacoby Hetty.
Just literally dumps it right back off and gets right back into defense, Mike. My goodness.
That was confidence.
Yes.
Flowing from the Wildcats. Timeout called by Alcorn State.
We need something. We need to be able to change something. Yes, this is what I was asking for. Be able to play. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Alcorn State led in his first season by Jake Morton, the former Miami great. Scored over 900 points in his college career, played professionally in Israel for 6 years before starting coaching, played for the Hurricanes, was their second leading scorer as a sophomore back in 1999. Oh, correction, 1989, as I read my notes correctly. This is his first college head coaching job at age 56, Morton. He's been an assistant all over the place at the Division II level at Ferris State, at the Division I level at St. Francis. My alma mater, James Madison, he was there for a while. Miami, Western Carolina, Coppin State, Jacksonville State, East Carolina, and most recently at Florida State.
Yes.
And he has the very difficult task of rebuilding this Alcorn State men's basketball program that used to be a powerhouse in the SWAC. Of
Yes,
course,
they were.
they've been to 2 NITs in the last 5 years under former head coach Landon Bussey, who's now at Chicago State. And last year beat the Wildcats twice in the regular season before Bethune-Cookman got their revenge in the tournament.
Yes.
We wish Coach Bussey all the best. A great competitor. He's had great teams at Alcorn State, but now it's Coach Morton's turn, and they have off to a 2-4 start in SWAC play, but have played a lot of close games. Lost by 1 to Texas Southern, lost by 6 to Florida A&M on Saturday night, and had a 5-point lead late in that contest before the Rattlers pulled away. Kick to the corner, 3 is short. Ruzon, the rebound. Here comes Bradley. Bradley all the way.
Oh my
This
goodness.
time he completes the hoop and the arm, and I'm not sure
What that was.
how he kept his pivot foot off the ground for that final step.
He was floating, Mike.
Float like a butterfly,
Yes.
sting like a bee. And Bradley's gonna go back to the free throw line. Scoreless over the last 2 minutes, Alcorn State. And the Wildcats, a chance to push their lead back to 20. First free throw good. 56-37, Wildcats lead by 19. But remember, and I'm gonna say this every time the Wildcats have a lead in the second half this year, it is not over till that horn sounds with triple zeros on the clock. We have seen this dance far too many times.
Uh-oh, we still there. Double teaming move down at the post as well. Whoa.
And they're gonna get the call on Ruzon.
Coach Thea stands up. He ain't happy about that call. He said,
That'll be the first on Ruzon. He's got 19. 17 in the first half. But coach is in the ear of Tyler Andrews again, who allowed the blow-by. And at the free throw line is Omari Hamilton. Last year at Alcorn State, started 11 of his 16 games played. Averaged 7.5 points and 3 rebounds. First 2 college seasons for Hamilton at Chattahoochee Valley Community College. Led that conference in scoring as a sophomore, averaging 23 points per game. And he knocks down both free throws. Jameel Morris comes back in. One of the Northeast transfers, originally at Fairleigh Dickinson. Ball on the ground. Bradley recovers. Wide open underneath is Ruzon. Takes a dribble instead of going right to the basket.
and one!
And somehow gets an and one.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mike. I was trying to keep that down so bad.
He's talking to the bench.
He's like that.
I'm not sure. One, I'm not sure why he didn't go up first time with that pass, because he let the defense collapse by taking a dribble. And two, how in the world did he recover that? I'm not sure.
He's like that.
I saw it with my own eyes, not 30 feet away, but I'm not sure how he did that. He's now got a season high 21.
He's coming.
I think he's here already.
Yeah, that's real.
59-39 Cats by 20, their largest lead of the contest. In front of a packed more gym crowd on Monday night. Hamilton trying to do some work. Dump it down low. The kick out. Lancaster for 3. In and out. And then Morris couldn't secure the putback. Bradley attacking. Oh, he almost got another and one. It'll go back to the line.
Smacking.
Great heads-up play by Jacoby Hetty down the floor that time, right? Saw that Bradley was ahead of him, pitched it to him in stride. But if you're going to play this aggressive game like Bradley does, really wants to attack, you got to hit your free throws.
Yes.
Right now, sitting at sub 50% on his free throws for the season. That one no good.
Yeah, I don't think he tried on that one either.
That one just a little bit too far. I think he heard us talking about all of his free throws coming up short, and he pushed that one long. That was, to be fair, his first free throw miss of the night. He was 3 for 3 previously. But he misses the second one too. But Tyler Andrews is there for the rebound, and the Wildcats will get a second look.
Second chance points. Wow.
Guess who? Daniel Ruzon.
Oh.
Bradley tried the putback dunk. It's off the front of the rim, no good. The Wildcats will have it again after Jameel Morris couldn't secure the rebound. Here's a third chance on this possession for the Wildcats. 2 missed free throws and a missed dunk by Dr. Bradley. Let's see if they give number 13 a chance to redeem himself here. Well, they go somewhere else with the basketball. They go to Jacoby Hetty with 10 on the shot clock.
Baseline.
Bradley gonna try it. He's gonna kick to Willoughby. Too strong on the three. Andrews battling Hamilton for the rebound. Hamilton has the ball between his legs, backed up to the baseline and gets it away to Morris.
I don't know, I love that. I love that they waited their time as well. Oh, damn.
Transition three for Calamese, no good, but what about the arm extension for Jacoby Hetty? But then he got stripped from the backside and deflects the ball to Ruzon. Willoughby tries again, no good. Not his night. Seneca Willoughby. And now, Rice move, but a block by Ruzon on Lancaster. He says, get that out of here.
He wants that.
Thrown down low to Bradley.
Slow it down, please.
Crowd wanted a foul. Andrews tries to drive through a double team. Back out Ruzon. Andrews sets his feet and fires. No.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, no more threes. No more threes, please. Oh, God, no more threes.
Coach Theus imploring his players to slow down.
Yes, because where did this speed just come from?
I know the Wildcats want to show out for the crowd. Here's a stack look. Morris goes around a double screen. Kick back to Hamilton. His three-pointer, no. Nobody can buy a bucket right now.
Can we go back to what? Oh, hold on.
Oh, Ruzon couldn't grab the pass. And somehow saves it to Hetty, who gets the bucket and the foul. Oh, my goodness. What is happening in Moore Gym? It is madness on the floor right now.
There's that more magic that we're talking about, Mike. It's honestly really, really exciting to see. You know, the Wildcats are going to come out and show it every single time. And the Wildcats are going to give them a show to watch.
What was that? That whole last 2 minutes was
my
ridiculous. Neither team had a bucket in for 2 minutes and 28 seconds as they just kept running down the floor into threes.
38 points in the paint, Mike. Can we talk about that? That honestly is the highlight of my night. I'm so sorry to change the subject, but I was looking at the stats because, you know, I'm trying to get some questions to go ahead and ask Coach Theus after the game. 38 points in the paint. Beautiful.
Well, Saturday night against Jackson State, they had 42.
Wow. Can we break that? We have 11 minutes and 46 seconds left.
I understand trying to feed Daniel Ruzon, trying to get him a career high. He's got a season high 21 right now. But I think they're doing a little bit too much. Like that pass, one, I'm not sure how Ruzon saved it from going out of bounds. Two, Jacoby Hetty to high point that like he's a football wide receiver and then get downhill for the bucket of the foul.
Wow.
Just ridiculous. The athleticism on this Wildcat team is unbelievable, and it's been unbelievable all year. Remember back to the beginning of the year where they dueled Auburn, went back and forth against the number 3 team in the country, took them to overtime. The athleticism was there. They just needed to learn how to play together, and I think they finally put the lineup in that really knows how to do that.
And honestly, something that I have been observing as well, too, with Coach Theus, he has 2 teams. He has an offensive team that needs to go in whenever he needs to get buckets, but he has a defensive team when he needs to slow the other team down. And I think that transition right there has been really, really great.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. You can gear up on the newest BCUathletics.com Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Let me try that again.
Yeah.
You can gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. The Wildcats' speed on the court has got me talking too fast. Free throw, good, and the and one is cashed in by Jacoby Hetty. Hetty's up to 14 now. To match Ruzon's 22, those are the only 2 Wildcats in double figures as they lead 62-39. A 5-0 run for the Cats, a scoreless streak of almost 3 minutes now for Alcorn State. Jameel Morris trying to change that as he gets to the cup and lays it in. He blew right by Arterio Morris, who's just checked back in. And that's a rare sight. You don't usually just blow by Arterio Morris.
No, not at all.
So we got Morris, Bland,
Got
Bradley,
the defensive team.
Jacoby Hetty, and Tyler Andrews in. Bland, slip pass to Andrews. Back to Bland.
Second chance pass that I'm talking about. We don't always need it because it's going to turn into a turnover.
Yeah. And
Just
at that
go up.
point, I'd rather kick out and look for a reset.
Exactly, and if that, go up so they can foul you because they're going to foul you.
So Quentin Hetty's going to come in for Dr. Bradley. 11 on the shot clock. Floated into Q.
They missed a really good pass. Ariel was down there. That baseline, got to be careful. Could be either a three-pointer, it could be a dunk. Which one is it?
3 on the shot clock. Andrews decides to drive, and that was the wrong decision.
At least they called it for the time. Can't make those mistakes. We got 10 minutes and 55 seconds left. That's, I don't know. We've let them come back with worse, you know?
Wildcats led by 20 against Alcorn State. Ended up winning that game by 9, or Grambling State, excuse me. They ended up winning that game by 9, but at one point, Grambling State had cut it to 3. And then they led by 13 against Southern and lost that game by 7 on their home floor. Their first home loss of the season. Hamilton all the way to the baseline. Nice pass and the backdoor cut for Lancaster.
Ontario drawing all of his defenders to him.
But he lost the ball. You can't do it all yourself.
Nope.
Up fake by Lancaster into the paint by Andrews. Reverse layup, no. Rebound was grabbed by Andrews, but he bounced the ball against the out of bounds line. And he's going to come out for Jordan Johnson. And I think that's a better defensive matchup.
Yeah.
The inbounds pass is rifled to Lancaster, to McDaniels. He controls into the corner. Left-hand layup, floated good by Calamise. Calamise, the junior from Little Rock, Arkansas. And now they're face guarding Morris, and he forces the turnover. That's Morris against Morris.
I think that was 3 turnovers in the last 4 minutes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We got to keep our hands on the ball. This is wherever it gets tough, right here, and I'm really hoping I'm not jinxing nothing.
In a game that is not 62-45, is Calamise. Got his shot rejected by Quentin Hetty.
Should have never went through, though.
But again, in a game that is not 62-45, those kind of careless passes, careless turnovers, trying to do too much. And another turnover as Williams strips it from Hetty.
They're matching us whenever it comes to these passes. Hello.
Nice
Hello.
pass, and Lancaster has the easy lay-in as J.O. flashes by him. And Coach Theus is going to call a timeout to try and corral his players. Now an almost 3-minute scoreless streak for the Wildcats and an 8-0 run for Alcorn State.
You know, like you said earlier again, Mike, if it wasn't a 62-47 game, those careless mistakes that we have against them, that would be really scary right now. And I talk about this all the time. Whenever it comes down to the wire, I don't want us to have to wait till last minute just because we're so far ahead to be able to give them a chance to, you know, catch up with us. Keep your foot on the next, but play with discipline and play with fundamentals.
Make sure you're representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest, now featuring all new items. Buy the latest BCU gear online at the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to BCUathletics.com and click on Shop to find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's BCUathletics.com and click on Shop. Wildcats in a rut. 8-0 run for Alcorn State, covering the last 2 minutes and 32 seconds. The Wildcats have four turnovers in that stretch. They're up to 10 turnovers on the game. Ontario Morris with a head of steam. Kick to Jordan Johnson. Front of the rim, no good on a 3, and here come the Braves.
Literally just said those threes are not going to work no more. Get back to what we were doing in the first quarter.
Hamilton left open, good for 3. I mentioned this Alcorn State team shoots the 3 at 34.5%, and a steal off the inbounds pass, and it's all Alcorn State.
Mike.
13-0 run for the Braves, and it's a 10-point game.
He put all his starters in, because I don't know what's going on right now.
The second unit not doing it for the Wildcats right now.
Daniel Ruzan obviously is very upset at what's going on. Hopefully to come in to make some noise.
Morris against Morris. 5 on the shot clock. Arterio doesn't know how much time's left. He's got to put it up, and he's no good. Alcorn to cut it to single digits. They were down by 23 at one point.
Now it's back to 10. Mike, how did we get here?
Morris got stripped by Bland. Here comes Ariel.
Oh my goodness, there's
Arterio down low, and order is restored just a little bit by Jacoby Heddy.
I'm still not comfortable.
No, not at all.
I was never even comfortable to begin with. I didn't care if we were up by 20, Mike. I knew this was gonna happen.
They tried to shovel it up to Lancaster from McDaniels. It finds the corner and another three. Shane Lancaster brings the Alcorn State Braves to within 9.
7 minutes and 28 seconds left, and now it's down to what, an 8-point lead?
16-3 run over the last 4 minutes for Alcorn State. Johnson, down low Bland, goes up and scores with a reverse.
This is what it should have been. The second team should have been there to be able to run those first quarter plays. Take it to the hoop. Fundamental plays.
Back to 11, 7 minutes to go. Wildcats need some stops on the defensive side. 66-55. That's not how you do it, as Omari Hamilton gets inside position on Jordan Johnson.
Alcorn State.
And Johnson's hurt. He's holding his wrist that's already taped up.
Why is there not a timeout being called to let the teams in?
Morris with a burst of speed, got fouled. And Morris is talking. Not sure if he's talking to the opposing team, his own team, or himself. And they're gonna review because Jordan Johnson complained that he got hit on the arm and that wrist that's already pretty heavily taped up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna potentially review for a flagrant hit foul here. But a 16-4 run for Alcorn State pulls them within 9, 57-66.
I'm not happy, Mike. I'm not happy at all. This is the same thing that I was worried about towards the end of the game. This has happened before.
The collapse in the second half, the same story playing out again.
Over again.
Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU men's basketball, follow at BCU Hoops on X and Instagram. .634 to go. The Wildcat lead that was 23 is now just 9, 66-57. Quick check on the Jackson State Florida A&M game. It's a close one in Tallahassee. Florida A&M 49, Jackson State 42 with 13:30 to go in the half. Deshaun Ruffin has 24 for Jackson State. Their next closest scorer is Mitchell with 8. Balanced scoring again for Florida A&M. Washington with 12, Dalama with 10, and Chapman with 11. So it looks like they didn't review that interaction between Williams and Jordan Johnson.
But Morris still has his free throws that he has to shoot.
Yep. So Ontario Morris, it wasn't in the act of shooting, so this is a 1-and-1 for the 60% free throw shooter. First one good. 18-5 run now over the last 5 minutes for the Braves. I told you, the Braves may be 2-4, but they've played a lot of close games.
Yeah.
And they have fought back well in the second half against Bethune-Cookman.
They kept up, in my opinion, I feel like they kept up with them all.
And Willoughby's going to come in for Morris. So the starters all back on the floor with the exception of Tyler Andrews. It's Jordan Johnson instead of Andrews, as Andrews is on the bench. Has not played the best defense today, Tyler Andrews. I think that's why he's on the bench right now. Lancaster at the top, he's got a team high 11. Bounce pass to Woodard. With a head of steam, Morris against Bradley. Bradley almost turns him over, forces him to the corner. 14 on the shot clock. Here comes Calamise, left-hand flip, no good. Offensive board. The Wildcats fly out to the shooter and ended up fouling Nick Woodard. But only the third foul on BCU in the half. Driving inside is Hamilton. No good. Scramble for the board. It'll stay with Alcorn State. 10 offensive rebounds, now 11 for the Braves in the game. Wildcats up by 9, 68-57. They've led by as many as 23, as Alcorn State has outscored them in the second half, 26-23, but really in the last 5 minutes, it's been all Braves.
Can we come back from it?
All the Wildcats have to do is match them score for score.
Yes, there has been equal possessions between the Braves and the Wildcats, 57 apiece each.
Elevator screen for 3. Shane Lancaster makes it an 8-point game. They called that a long 2, not a 3.
Yeah. J.O. wide open, looking for a 3.
It's Seneca Willoughby. Johnson has to give it up. Willoughby to Bradley with 10 to shoot. Johnson the catch and shoot 3. Short. Wildcats under 30% on their threes tonight, 4 of 14.
Honestly, what's missing is that nobody is there for those second chance points like there were in the first half.
The flip back to Hamilton. And a foul on Jordan Johnson. Nobody on the Wildcats has more than 2 until now. That was Johnson's 3rd. Wildcats are 1 for their last 9 on 3-pointers.
I think this would be the time where I would love to see the Wildcats play a little bit more aggressive. Within 5 minutes, if we all have 1 point, I would love to see us pressure a little bit more on the ball.
Andrews comes back in for Johnson. Curl screen. Here's a 3. No. Bradley with the ball. Dumps it off. Ruzan. He draws the foul.
Oh, okay.
On the breakout.
Because I was like, why is he still hanging on there?
You gotta. Wildcats trying to go back to playing Bethune-Cookman basketball.
Can we do that?
Which is running, running, running.
8 points, Mike. It was just that 20. Not to stay on the negative side. The Wildcats are slowly bringing it back up.
Wildcats trying to break another scoreless drought. This one 1 minute and 30 seconds. 5:01 to go. Ruzan good on the free throw. Despite being 10 of 15 from the floor, Daniel Ruzan, he only has 1 free throw attempt before these 2 in the game. He was 6 for 6 from the charity stripe on Saturday. Got that one to roll in off the front of the rim. And it's a 10-point game again, 70-60. Under 5 to play. Double stagger screen at the top. Will set up Davion Williams. Back to Hamilton. 3-pointer long. Rebound heading. Every rebound so crucial for the Wildcats.
Every one of them counts. Woo!
Willoughby with the wheels to get into the front court past his opposite number.
A baseline.
Ruzan at the top. Flips back to Willoughby. Ruzan on the low block. Going at Woodard. Back to Willoughby. Kick to the corner. Andrews for a big 3. Way off the mark.
But nobody is there to rebound. What happened?
Alcorn State running. Here comes Morris. All the way. Short of the layup. Now Bradley the other way. He had Hetty in front of him. Chooses to go himself and goes all the way.
Just slips right in there, Mike. Slips right in there.
Back to a 12-point lead.
I
4 minutes to go.
I got to find a nickname for him. Doctor is his name. I got to find a nickname.
It's hard when your name is Doctor.
He's right
How do you
there.
come up with a nickname? I mean, he goes by Doc.
Yeah.
And we're going to have our final media timeout. We're going to step away for 30 seconds. And when we come back, we'll take you to the end of this contest between Bethune-Cookman and Alcorn State. 12-point lead for the Cats. The Wildcats trying to hang on here on the CatEye Radio Network and SWAC TV. Back in Moore Gymnasium, Bethune-Cookman trying to hang on against the plucky Alcorn State squad. They were up by 23. The Alcorn State cut it to as few as 8. The Wildcats are back up by 12, with Alcorn State having the basketball. And the putback is there. Second chance points have been killing the Wildcats tonight. 17 second chance points now for Alcorn. Starters in the game for the Wildcats in a game where they didn't think they'd need them down the stretch. Bradley, top of the key, 10 to shoot. Andrews. Ruzan, he's got the hot hand tonight. 5 to shoot, back to Andrews. He's been cold tonight. Can he heat up? Not that time, but Bradley gets in there to tap home the rebound plus the foul.
He's so calm with it, so nonchalant.
I didn't even see him. He just slides right in there.
Through. I have to call him the salamander. Something. We got
salamander.
Something.
I think we got to workshop that.
We're gonna work that.
So Bradley to the line to complete a 3-point play and give the Wildcats a 13-point lead. No. Difficult rebound grabbed by Lancaster. Chance to once again cut it to single digits for Alcorn State. Here goes Morris all the way in. The bounce pass to Lancaster. He works on Hetty. Gets to the baseline, kicks it out. Davion Williams finds the wide open Tyson McDaniels, who rocks the rim. Both teams have been monsters in the paint tonight. 46 for the Wildcats, 36 for Alcorn.
Wow.
Arterio Morris is back in the game wearing number 21. His number 1 jersey got ripped. Fading away and missing is Jacoby Hetty. Chance to cut it to single digits here with 2:20 to go.
Baseline, gotta be careful with those.
Jameel Morris didn't find him. Now he goes to Morris, to Williams on a handoff. Back to Morris on the outside. Down low, McDaniels loses the ball, and it's Wildcat ball. He bounced it off his leg and out of bounds. 14 for Lancaster, 12 for McDaniels, 11 for Hamilton are the double-digit scores. Wildcats quickly down the floor. The pass is a little bit far in front of Jacoby Hetty, and then he got fouled trying to keep the ball in play. That's a bit of a rash decision by Lancaster. He could have just let Eddie fall out of bounds, but he pushed him. And now that's 10 fouls on Alcorn State. The Wildcats, to their really great credit in a game as wild as this has been in the second half, have only committed 4 fouls in the second half.
And that's what we need to keep, because at the beginning of the season, we were in a lot of foul trouble.
And they'll send the steady Jacoby Hetty back to the free throw line. He only has 1 free throw miss all weekend.
Wow.
Travis Roberts comes back in for Alcorn. Give the Braves a little bit more height. Roberts 6'6", out of Waldorf, Maryland. Started at Jacksonville State in Alabama, then at Marist last year. Didn't see much playing time at either stop. 2 for 2 that time for Jacoby Hetty. 76-64, the Wildcats keeping the Braves at arm's length with 2 minutes to go. Stick around after the game. Sabrina will be headed down to the court to chat with Coach Theus. Oh boy, catch and shoot 3 by Nick Woodward, and it's a 9-point game with 1:49 to go. Timeout, Alcorn State. Coach Theus puts his arms in the air after Jake Morton calls a timeout. He wants to know what's going on. It's 36-31 in the second half after the Wildcats led 45-31 at the break. Alcorn State has negative split this basketball game. They already have more field goals than they did in the first half, more points than they did in the first half, more threes, and a better percentage on all of it in this second half. There is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture here at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at bcuathletics.com/Champions Club. Bethune-Cookman 76, Alcorn State 67. The Wildcat lead was 23 at 62-39. Then Alcorn State went on a 16-4 run to get us to this, if not a grandstand finish, then maybe a little bit more interesting than the Wildcat faithful in here at Moore Gym were hoping for.
I know you said last time for our last game that during JSU, if we can continue to play it like we did against JSU, then we would have a great chance. But let me put my input in there. I honestly feel like if we can figure out how to tweak this fade that we usually have in the second half, I think that would really increase our chances, because we're great all around. But it's that fade that really puts us in a scary position where it's not secure.
Bradley receives the inbounds pass. The Braves pick up full court. Nice move by Bradley to race past Roberts and into the front court. Willoughby will hold the ball up as the Wildcats will try and drain the sand through the hourglass with 1.5 minutes to go. Bradley gets inside position, goes to the rack and scores.
Get back to what we know, back to the basics, Mike.
A loose pass on the inbounds play, and the Braves turn it over. That's a big mistake by Alcorn.
Something that we did not need at the end. I'm glad that we're able to pick it up towards the end of the game, but I think it's a timeout call.
Timeout by the Wildcats. Checking in on some foul trouble. The Wildcats don't really have any. Johnson has 3, nobody else more than 2. Tyson McDaniels, for how excellent he's been today, has 4 fouls, and that's why he hasn't been as effective on the defensive end in the last couple of minutes, because he's had to play with those 4 fouls. Lancaster's got 14 for Alcorn. Woodard's got 10, McDaniels 12, and Hamilton 11. Again, the Alcorn State with only a 9-man rotation, they've only played 8 in the game.
But that's what I'm saying, that with only having 9 players, Morris on their team, they have been doing a great job this entire game. They kept up with the Wildcats, who usually change their tempo throughout the entire game itself, but they were able to keep it controlled within themselves to match their points. They even had the chance to almost gain the lead on this. So with just 9 people, so their season is still going to look really good coming in next week.
On the Wildcat side, it's been the big 3, Ruzan, Bradley, and Jacoby Hetty. Ruzan's got a season-high 24, 10 of 15 from the floor with 4 rebounds. I'm surprised the Wildcats didn't try and feed Ruzan more rebounds, try and get him a double-double. Jacoby Hetty's got 18, 6 of 11 from the floor, 2 for 3 on trays, 4 of 5 from the line, and 5 rebounds. Dr. Bradley is 1 board shy of his 2nd straight double-double. He's got 15 points and a team-high 9 rebounds.
Wow.
Here we go, Wildcats with a chance to punish an Alcorn State mistake. Ruzan on the baseline, sizes up McDaniels. They tried to throw the backdoor pass.
Saw it, but they read it too. If I saw it, Alcorn sure as hell did. Sure did.
So the Wildcats a great chance to punish an Alcorn mistake, and the Wildcats give the ball right back. Woodard on the wing. He's been deadly from downtown tonight. Guarded by Seneca. Cross-court pass picked off by Arterio.
Best hands in the swag.
Really smart by Morris not to take it to the rim, to go to the corner, to draw time off the clock, and he got fouled. And the Wildcats are in the double bonus. I'm not used to Arterio Morris wearing number 21.
He was so weird.
But
who is this guy?
His jersey got ripped right before he came out that first time. He was on the floor along with a big portion of the second unit for that 16-5 Alcorn run. It was him, Andrews, Johnson, Bland, and Quentin Hetty.
Yeah.
And right at the end of that, Coach Theus said enough of this and just put all the starters back in. And thankfully, they've been able to restore order here late in the game. The second free throw no good for Morris. Ripped up the floor to Morris the other way. Wild shot no good. Got it back to McDaniels, trying to go up and under and drew the contact on Ruzan.
It was. That was a foul.
But for Ruzan, who likes to bump shoulders with the best of them.
Yes.
27 minutes, 24 points, only 2 fouls.
And still reaching the goal. I mean, and still, as a team, you know, Coach Theus really talked about, you know, every single game. I will never forget this. He said he wants 80 points a game. We did it. Again.
Well, they had 85 last night against Jackson State and a 37-point demolition of the Tigers. And tonight they've got 79. 79-69 as both free throws were hit. Back to a 10-point game, 37 seconds left. Hetty makes the catch. He's doubled, finds Morris wide open. Morris back to Jacoby, and he got chapped by Woodard of the Wildcats with a couple more free throws. Look like they're going to hold on here with 30 seconds left.
Wildcats trying to get back.
And this is the man you want to see at the line if you're Bethune-Cookman, Jacoby Hetty.
80% at the line.
83.5%.
83.5% at the line. Wow.
And again, as that first one is good. Only 1 miss all weekend, and it came in the first half tonight.
A winning weekend for the Wildcats.
A big winning weekend for the Wildcats. Remember, they got swept by both Jackson State and Alcorn State last year.
Let's get back.
And the first time they see the Mississippi teams this year, they will sweep them both. Of course, got to go on the road to Mississippi in the back half of the season. 27 seconds left. Here comes Alcorn State down the floor. And they're going to turn it over.
That's Wildcat ball.
No, they'll keep it.
Oh.
It deflected off of Seneca Willoughby in the corner. Coming up at the end of the game, we'll have Sabrina down on the floor to have an interview with Coach Theus. Of course, we'll have the post-game stats and a wrap up from us here at the desk. And we'll let you know, I'm going to let you know right now, that it's 56-54, Florida A&M over Jackson State. Ruffins got 28 as Jackson State's come all the way back. It's a 2-point game with 7:43 to go in Tallahassee, a massive game for the standings at the top of the Southwestern Athletic Conference tonight. But the Wildcats, at times it wasn't pretty. Offensive rebound off a missed free throw. And Alcorn State will go to the line again. We talk about it not being pretty here with 20 seconds left. So a chance to improve on a team-high 14 for Shane Lancaster. The Wildcats will call timeout with 20 seconds left. Support the Wildcats like never before. Bethune-Cookman Athletics has partnered with Influxer to bring you officially licensed, co-branded NIL merchandise featuring your favorite players' names and numbers. Proceeds from each purchase directly support Wildcat student athletes. Show your support for your favorite Wildcats today at bcuathletics.com/NIL merch. Wildcats 81, Alcorn State 69. More free throws coming for the Braves here at the end with just 17 seconds left. Alcorn has outscored Bethune-Cookman 38-36 here in the second half. The Wildcats are 0 of 10 on threes in the second half, but they did what they needed to do at the end. They didn't force a lot of turnovers tonight, just 9 turnovers for Alcorn State, 13 points off turnovers for Bethune-Cookman. But they got out and run, they got the ball in the paint, and they did the job. Here's the second free throw coming for Lancaster, as he'll go up to a team-high 16. The Braves will full-court press and foul Seneca Willoughby, who's got a chance to get on the board with a trip to the free throw line. Willoughby 0 for 2 from the floor tonight, a team-high 5 assists. He's also got 6 rebounds. And I talk about Seneca Willoughby as transitioning, right? Last year, he was that 3-and-D kind of spot-up shooter. But now Tyler Andrews and Jordan Johnson have kind of filled that role, and he has moved more to the facilitator role. His points per game have dropped all the way off to under 5 per game, but he now has the team assist lead tonight with his 5 assists, overtaking Arterio Morris. He was 1 behind him coming into the night. He's got 5 assists. Morris has 2 tonight. So 54 assists on the season for Seneca Willoughby. He's going to continue to start over Arterio for the foreseeable future. He misses the second one, so he'll get 1 point. 82-71, 15 seconds left. Morris, they're just going to let him go to the rim. He's going to lay it in. Willoughby works into the front court, and that'll be that. Bethune-Cookman 82, Alcorn State 73. Well, it really shouldn't have been that close. The Wildcats at one point led by 23, and they only end up winning by 9 after a big run by Alcorn State in the middle of the second half to get the job done. Wildcats next weekend are in Alabama. They'll go to face Alabama State on the 31st and Alabama A&M on the 2nd. That's always a really tough trip for Bethune-Cookman to the Alabama schools. Alcorn State will go home to favor Louisiana schools. They'll get Southern on the 31st and Grambling State on the 2nd at the Davy L. Whitney Complex. Quick shout out to Brian Harvey. I know you were listening tonight. We miss you down here in Daytona Beach and hope you're doing well up there at Alcorn State. We'll get the alma mater here at Moore Gym. We'll go through the scores for you. First for Alcorn State, they had dueling team highs. Lancaster had 14 on 6 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 7 on 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Tyson McDaniels also had 14. He was 6 of 13 from the floor, 8 rebounds, that's a team high, and 3 assists. Omari Hamilton had 11, 3 for 7 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Woodard had 10, 4 of 9 from the floor, 2 out of 3 from three-point land and 4 rebounds. Morris had 7, Williams had 7, and Calamise had 6. Allison Roberts both played but did not score. For Bethune-Cookman, Daniel Ruzon, a season high, 24 points, 17 in the first half, 10 of 15 He hit his second 3 of the contest. He went 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Also perfect from the free throw line, 4 rebounds and an assist. Jacoby Hetty also had 20 points, 6 of 11 from the floor, 2 out of 3 from downtown, and 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He only missed 1 free throw all week long. Dr. Bradley fell 1 rebound short of 2 consecutive double-doubles. He finished with 15 points, 6 of 8 from the floor. Really efficient from Bradley tonight. 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Ontario Morris had 8 off the bench, 2 of 3 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He also had a 3-pointer, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Tyler Anders had 6, 2 out of 7 from the floor, 0 of 5 from the 3-point land. Tyler Anders is going to want to forget this weekend as he goes 0 from 3-point range in the 2 games this weekend. Ariel Bland had 4, Quentin Hetty had just 4. We are just about to send it down to the floor for Sabrina Petit-Home for an interview with Coach Reggie Theus. Before Coach Theus shepherds all of his players back into the locker room. And now Coach is standing by with our Sabrina Petit-Home.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Unfortunately, the audio from the interview there was cut off a little bit. We'll get Sabrina's take on what Coach Theus had to say we'll get our take on what Coach Theus had to say in just a little bit. Team stats look like this. Alcorn State had 35 rebounds. Bethune-Cookman out-rebounded them by 1, 36-35. Alcorn State was better on the offensive glass today. 12 offensive rebounds, leading to 19 second-chance points. Bethune-Cookman 8 offensive rebounds, just 6 second-chance points. That hurt, especially when they really killed Jackson State on the glass on Saturday, but they got out-rebounded big time in tonight's contest. That was one of the main reasons that Alcorn State was able to come back in that game, in this game. Bethune-Cookman had 17 assists to Alcorn's 13. Wildcats turned the ball over 12 times. Alcorn State just 9. Blocks 6-1 in favor of the Wildcats. They were buzzing around the glass.
Yes,
they had a
was.
couple of really big rejections on fast breaks. Fast break points, speaking of, the Wildcats great again in that regard. 25 fast break points tonight to Alcorn State's 11. 8 steals for Alcorn, 6 for Bethune-Cookman. Points to the paint, Bethune-Cookman 48. Alcorn State 40. And points off turnovers, Bethune-Cookman 13. Alcorn State 12. Shooting splits look like this for Alcorn State. They shot 29 of 67 from the floor. That's 43.3%. 7 of 19 from deep. That's 36.8%. And 8 of 12 from the free throw line, 66.7%. For the Wildcats, 54% from the floor tonight. They shot 63% in the first half, only 44% in the second, but that's still really high efficiency. 25% on threes, just 4 of 16, and they took a lot of ill-advised ones late in the game to try and break that big run that Alcorn State was having. They were 18 of 26 from the free throw line, 69.2%, and that's something, Sabrina, that could kill you come tournament time. You gotta make your free throws. I'm talking to Dr. Bradley. I'm talking to Ontario Morris. I'm talking to Seneca Willoughby.
Because it can't be just I'm so sorry. It can't just be Jacoby.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the audio from the interview didn't come through much up here for us. But what did Coach Theus have to say?
Well, he definitely said that this was a team that he didn't say more so was worried, but he knew that this was a team that was not going to back down as much. So he wanted to make sure that when they came in, they were able to stay ahead of the curve. I talked about the lead that faded a little bit in the second half. He said he made that fix extreme as soon as possible, the same way that we saw that little dip in our offense. He was able to put the starters back in to make sure that we was ensure efficiency.
So how do the Wildcats combat that without burning more minutes from the starters? We saw Jacoby Hetty tonight, his usual ridiculous 39 minutes. He only came out once in the game. I mean, 28 for Daniel Ruzon, 27 for Dr. Bradley, 27 for Tyler Andrews, 26 for Seneca Willoughby. You're relying really heavily on your starters, even though you've got guys off the bench, Arterio Morris, Quentin Hetty, Jordan Johnson, who can really play and really give a lot to this team like we've seen earlier in the season.
I think, honestly, if we continue to prioritize the paint, the points in the paint as well, and then move on to, shooting the threes and mid-rangers, that could give us the sense of security that we're looking for as well, too. 42 in against JSU, that's huge, and then 44 tonight against Alcorn. Both teams, like you said earlier before, that swept us last season, and now we were able to come back and be efficient as well, too. But against other teams as well, if we start off the same way we did today, which was phenomenal, what a great way to come back to more gymnasium off a week, me being off, of them playing fundamentally down in the paint as well. Points in the paint, pass it to your post players. You know how I feel about my post players. Then move it up front if it's not there. That triangle that they ran, I would love to see that triangle be ran with a Daniel Ruzon and not just Ariel, because I feel like he's more agile,
It's currently Florida A&M 63, Jackson State 61
close,
with
Mike.
2.5 to go. So we're going to get out of your way so you can go watch that one. Your final score for Moore Gymnasium, Wildcats 82, Alcorn State Braves 73. The Wildcats sweep the weekend and move to 6-1 in conference play. They are your #1 team in the SWAC right now. Alcorn State falls to 2-5. Excuse me, in conference play. For Lee Gillum, producer extraordinaire, our entire student broadcast crew here at Moore Gymnasium, Sabrina Petit-Home, back on the desk with me.
Yes.
My name is Michael Turillo. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks at the beginning of February for Wildcat basketball back here at Moore Gymnasium. Until then, have a very safe rest of your evening, and hail Wildcats.
Hail Wildcats.